compared to the chicken. Let's try some new Taco Bell items. First, start off with this Baja Midnight Drink.
Black, know that. So I do that on purpose, yeah. I do that on purpose. Alright, let's start up these games already. Start this off. I gotta put it here. Oh my god, 8 minutes. 8 minutes. Start the stream, bro. I've seen longer. Alright, I got some new games off of it. Got it. It's only two though. I'm gonna launch this first one. Downloaded like 19 minutes ago. Okay. Make sure the audio is right. What the heck? Help, help. No, I hate when this happens. So they got me. They got my ass, guys. They got my ass. I had to exit out because it was delete this automatically. Tupac. What the freak? What? Hold up. We finna get this up. Audio good. Pretty sure it's good. It was working. Alright. What? I'm scared. This supposed to be a basketball game. I can't read any of this. Dear Tuesday. Another beautiful day. Couldn't get much sleep last night. Top. Too loud outside. I'm so excited to get out and. I can't see that at all.
I like a guy who knows how to dress.
What? I don't know how to dress, yo. Sorry. I'll be outside. The freak? Oh, look at that. Okay. Okay. Wait. X to crouch, space to jump, shift to sprint. I already know that. Crouch. H to wet. Is that a B? Man, this. Okay, man. I hope they tell me when I'm going. It's downstairs. It's supposed to be a. Hello, little one. It's supposed to be a basketball game, man. I love style. I love this style of things. How do I open this? Go to interact. B. Two.
To display my artwork here.
Why, hello, little one.
I thought that said B to interact. After dash. Club. Let me go to the club. Do I jump out of here? That's out of here. Okay. Jump now. Okay, I'm pretty sure it doesn't work. I would have been left. I would have been left because I'm the best.
Why, hello, little one.
You scare me with that. Okay, you can click anything.
Oh, I didn't see you there.
Like, bro, what is this? Can't read any of this. Low game, save game, options. Is there anything I could do? He's goofy.
Why, hello, little one.
Morse? Okay, so I might read this again. So excited to get out. Wait, this is a whole another freaking letter. Oh no, it's not. I'm so excited to get out and parkour abilities today. Anyways, I better get ready for school or grandma's gonna yell at me. Um, so I better get ready for school. That means let's get over here. Let's interact.
On later, sweetheart.
What the heck? I'm trying to get this done. I think that's B, bro. That's definitely B.
Want to talk about it?
B. B. Yo, grandma's gonna yell at me if I don't
Yeah.
get this done. Dear Tuesday. Like, why are we writing a letter to Tuesday? To open the map? I can't. Oh my god, that's loud. Okay. Okay, wait. To use items. I thought that said something. A whole di- Okay. Well, I'm just putting up gang signs. What? I'm not gang affiliated.
Gotta get to work.
Okay, to switch items. I don't have any items.
Oh, I didn't see you there.
She's gonna start killing me, man. I don't know. GTA. Jump wall? What? Oh, what? That does something.
Don't get clever in this town.
What if the whole premise of this game is this you can't freaking leave? Oh yeah, it's the stuff. It's my clothes, right? Um, movement abilities.
Don't mess with the man.
Who the gameplay options. What the freak? How do you expect me to see this? No, I don't want to go to the. I don't want to go to the death match. Not yet. What? Like, bro, this whole entire game is just trash. Hello? Like, yo, how am I supposed to read this? Everything, I'm just happy. Like, what is this, bro? New game, man. Today, they're recording my footsteps. For some reason.
Why, hello, little one.
I'm just putting up gang signs. Put up gang signs to my grandma.
See you in my dreams.
What? I'm confused. Do I leave?
Life is all. I like a guy who knows how to dress.
Okay. There's nowhere to leave, man. Sound display. No. No, I don't want display. Please. What? I can't. Unknown device. Make it white. I can't see in this game. What? Okay. And damn it, and like yo, this game is bulls. I'm gonna give it a 0. Spam multiplayer things. Auto map. Gameplay. Display. What does that even say? So this game is bulls. Can't even figure out how to do anything in the game. Take one more time. WASD. Is that a V? Man, spamming. And that's the end of the game. But this game bulls. I'm glad I broke this. Stupid ass game. Get me out of here. Like, what? What even is that? Oh, y'all couldn't even see it the whole time, bruh. Well, I'm gonna go get my food. Let me just get these videos I was gonna react to. Let's go. Just so you guys hear that.
You know,
Oh, jeez, is it okay? It's recording. Yeah.
you know, one effect that working at fast food restaurants has had on me is that I now permanently view these establishments very differently. And this has nothing to do with the food itself, because everybody already knows that what you eat at a fast food place is questionable. You know that when you order it. Burger was just infused with GMO super molecules. That's probably how they get it to taste so good though. Matter of fact, hit my burger with another syringe of whatever the good stuff is. But no, what I'm talking about is the type of stuff that goes down in the back in these fast food kitchens that you as the customer never see and never know about. And it's all as a result of some of the absolute menaces they hire at some of these places.
What?
I think a food handler's card is really just a piece of paper they'll sell to anybody with $10. You hate to see it. Let me give you just one example off the top of my head, which this is an all-time fast food classic. In fact, you've probably been a victim of something like this yourself without even knowing it. So back in the kitchen, we had these big plastic waste buckets that we would use to throw old food in after it sat out too long. And we had two of them, one for the chicken and one for the fries. And these buckets would fill up with waste as the day went on. And the reason we were always wasting so much food was because it could be difficult to perfectly calculate the exact amount of food to cook. And sometimes you would just end up overcooking. And then the biggest amounts of waste would happen.
I never worked at a fast food restaurant, so I would never know.
And when we were in the middle of a rush, you know, customers pouring in, so we're cooking basket after basket to keep up with all the customers, right? But then sometimes these rushes would just suddenly end, get Thanos snapped out of nowhere, it would seem. And we'd be stuck with just mountains of food and not enough customers. And then all this food would just sit out, get all soggy, mushy, start changing colors, and it somehow still looks more appetizing than Arby's. But that's what we had the waste bucket for, right? And we'd fill that thing up to the top with decomposing chicken fingers pretty much every day. And that whole thing would end up in the dumpster with the roaches at the end of the night. So one particular night, it's a couple hours before closing, and there's only a couple of us employees left in the restaurant. And I'm not even making people's orders, I'm in the back mopping up the floors. It was my coworker that was on the line making orders, and the manager was away in his office. And when the manager was in his office, that was always a good sign. Manager in the office meant that orders were going out quickly and there were no problems and nothing for them to come out and yell at us about. Because to give you some background, the one thing that everything revolved around at this chicken franchise was the service times. It was all about getting the customer their food fast, within 2 minutes, 3 minutes max, from the moment they ordered to the moment they were handed their food at the window. That is definitely one thing this franchise took extremely seriously. I mean, let the manager think you weren't breaking the barriers of time and space to crank out orders, and you would just get absolutely reamed over it. I'm talking about verbally berated. Management would be irate, yelling at you like, "What, do you think this is all a game?" And then they threatened to throw you on dish duty. That was always the classic threat, that you'd get thrown on dish duty, not only for the rest of your current shift, but also for all future shifts indefinitely into eternity. And I mean, of course, you don't want
take
the
your
customer
time with the
having to
food,
wait
man.
too long for their food, but management would act like they were running a special ops mission or something. I mean, let's not forget this is a $9 fast food meal. So on this night, like I said, I'm mopping up in the back and a customer pulls up to the drive-thru and he orders a 3-piece combo. Simple, basic order, right? Easy enough. So the order comes in and my coworker up front, he starts making the meal, making the toast, getting the fries, and I notice all the way from the back, the customer ordered a 3-piece, but there's only 2 fingers in the chicken holder. We're 1 finger short. I look at the timer for how long until fresh chicken, and a new batch was still 3 minutes away. Then I look at the drive-thru timer, and this car had already been sitting there for 2.5 minutes. So I'm doing the math in my head, and that's a 5.5 minute order. An atrocity right there. Managers are about to be livid. And I guess bro at the order making station, he did the same math because he starts stressing out a little bit. I notice him looking back and forth between the drive-thru timer, the half-made orders.
This is what they should do. Every time it's over 5 minutes, 4 minutes, whatever, like the limit, I think the limit should be 3 minutes. Every time it's over 3 minutes, they get to add a free meal. No, a free item from the, whatever. The thing is, the list.
Just sitting there on the counter, and the chicken timer. Keep in mind, the whole time that drive-thru timer just keeps ticking up. 2 minutes and 40 seconds, 2 minutes and 50 seconds. That thing crossed 3 minutes, the screen turned from green to yellow. They color-coded it just to let you know how much you suck at your job. And definitely don't let it get to red, that's once you hit 4 minutes. So, out of the corner of my eye, I'm noticing dude getting restless, doing a lot of fidgeting. He starts pacing back and forth. I mean, bro was probably having visions into the future of getting put on permanent dish duty, scrubbing off towers of the slimiest, crustiest of dishes. But my boy was a quick decision maker, and I guess he made up his mind on how he was going to solve this situation, because he walks over to the waste bin, does a quick head swivel side to side, made sure the coast was clear, and then he shrugged his shoulders, reached his hand into the chicken finger graveyard, and plucks a finger off the top. And you can already guess, he walks over to the dude's order, tucks the bad finger all discreetly under the other 2 fresh tenders, covers everything up with a piece of toast, slams the box shut, and promptly rushes it off to the drive-thru window. At which point, it was then bagged up and handed to the customer. He really thought he was slick. And to be honest, he might have been, because the customer drove off, and boom, 3 minutes and 18 second service time. Hey, that's solid time right there. See, these were the types of problems he
Snitch him.
to solve. Mission accomplished. And in that moment, we done turned into a Chum Bucket franchise. And I know that might seem kind of like an extreme thing to do, but look, this is really a no-lose situation if you think about it. Because the employee avoids getting yelled at by the manager doesn't have to explain high times to his boss, so he secured his bonus, and that's one less piece of food that has to be tragically wasted. That's W's all around. Oh, and the customer? He'll probably dip that finger in some sauce or something anyways. I bet he won't even notice. Yeah, he'll probably have some diarrhea or something the next day, but he'll just chalk it up to the whole meal in general. Matter of fact, he'll probably be back next week for more. Repeat customer. But yeah, people were always going to the craziest of lengths to keep the service times low. And it wasn't always grabbing food from the waste bucket. I mean, sometimes it would be the opposite. I would see people undercook the food so it could be ready faster. They would be ripping open half-cooked pieces of chicken like, I mean, it's not that pink, right? What do you think? You think it's good? And then someone else would be like, yeah, close enough. Serve that batch up. I mean, isn't the point of rushing the food out as fast as possible to give the customer the best experience possible? Except, ironically, it would often just end up with them getting a horrible experience. So, task failed successfully, I guess. I mean, nowadays, when I eat fast food, I almost feel better when the food takes a few minutes longer than normal to make, because then I don't have to sit there wondering what type of shenanigans went down that made it possible for my food to be ready in 2.453 seconds. See, at first you think of it as a plus when your order gets called quick, but now that I think about it more, I better not hear my order called while I'm still filling up my drink, while I'm at the napkin station. No, this gotta be at least after I've already been sitting down in my seat for a little bit. I remember on another occasion,
Definitely
got done dirty, and I would actually prefer the musty chicken finger compared to this. And this time involved their drink, specifically their sweet tea. Now, I usually worked in the kitchen in the back when this happened, but I heard about the story later that night, and this one was bad. I can't even laugh about this one. Because we had these drink dispensers that we would serve the iced tea from, right? We had like a dozen of them spread all over the restaurant. Some were in the lobby, some were behind the counter, a few at the drive-thru. And we had to clean each one of these containers every single night. Take them all apart, clean all the little pieces, and put them all back together. It was kind of a headache. So sometimes, to make it easier, instead of cleaning them all after we closed, we would give whoever was on dish duty a head start and take them down maybe an hour or so before we closed. So we would combine